These are the plaintiffs, James Jans and Ralph Neischmied. James says his son and the defendant's son go to school together, and he knocked his son's phone down to the ground and the screen broke. When he called the defendant, the surly and rude man told him he wasn't going to pay for the phone to be fixed. Told him if he didn't like that answer, he could take him to court. And here they are, baby. They're suing for $599.99, the amount they're out. These are the defendants, Michael and Nathan Wissing. Michael says the plaintiff called him with a hostile attitude, and he didn't want to be rude, but he told him he wasn't going to pay because his son had no accountability for the broken phone. The kid didn't even have it in a case, for crying out loud. Who does that with a device that costs $600? Oh, them? Ha! They're accused of being phony.
Be seated. Come to order, please. Litigants have been sworn, Your Honor.
Thank you, Douglas. Okay. James Jans?
Yes.
And Ralph Neischmied?
Yes.
Okay. You are suing Michael Wissing and Nathan Wissing? Did I pronounce it correctly?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. For $599.99, the amount that you were forced to pay for a new cell phone when, according to you, who's the boy?
Me.
Nathan?
Yep.
Is that your name? Okay. Nathan knocked it over during class. So I want to talk to you. Tell me what happened.
All right. So, yeah, me and Nathan are in science class, and he sits in front of me, and he turns around and smacks my phone off, and it broke.
Wait, stop.
Yeah.
Are you suggesting he did it on purpose?
No, it was...
Oh, with smacks sounds like on purpose. Okay.
And then yeah.
What was your phone doing on the desk?
Well, most of the people have their phone out in case they want to look something up really quick, and...
Are you allowed to?
Yeah.
Most people have their cell phones out in that class or in all classes?
Well, the school kind of encourages technology.
What do they do about texting, Facebook, Instagram? What do they do about that? How do you stop the kids from, really? The school actually encourages, wow, okay.
Yeah, we're using iPads currently.
So your school actually encourages that?
Yeah.
And so, give me an example of how you would use it for science.
Well, if I need to...
Which science is this?
Earth space.
Okay.
If I need to look a term up or something, then I can just research it really quick, or...
Kids are allowed to use the phone to research things or do math or whatever?
Yeah.
Wow.
Your Honor.
Do not interrupt my stunned silence. Do not confuse my stunned silence for an invitation to... I'm still getting over it. I just think, can't we just let you research something after class? Can't the teacher be engrossing enough, engaging enough, and a good enough teacher to just capture your mind, your intellect, and divorce you from the internet for just the 45 minutes that class lasts? Can't we just do that? You guys, there's not a prayer for you. There's not a prayer for you, because this is how you have lived all of your lives, with instant knowledge at your fingertips, and you cannot pay attention to what's going on in front of you. And in fact, now I have to hear that your school district encourages it during class. Have I got it? All right, guys. Now let's talk about what actually happens, because I have both the plaintiff and the defendant admitting that half of the class, according to you, is it more than half or is it about half?
It's more than half.
Okay. Have their phones on their desks and no teacher says, hey, what's that? What's that contraband doing on your desk? Put that away. We certainly know that that's not happening, right? So let's talk about what happened. You turned around to ask him a question?
Yeah, we were partners, and I was just wondering if he had the paper, and I turned around and bumped his phone off.
How did you do that? With your elbow, with your hand?
Yeah, with my elbow.
With your elbow. Okay, and what happened after that? After that happened, what'd you do?
I apologized, and then he picked it up and said, it's not that big of a deal, I'm sure it's fine. And then he saw that the screen wasn't working. Half of the screen
was it cracked at all?
Yeah, it was cracked.
Do you have it?
No, we have pictures.
Okay.
Of the
May I see it? Did you turn that in did they give you any credit for the phone?
They did, $58. So.
Okay, that's bigger than. All right. I take it you didn't have an insurance little thingy on that, because you probably figure it's not worth it?
So that's the screen, the resolution doesn't show
Yeah, what kind of phone is this?
Galaxy S4.
Why didn't it have a cover?
because I never break my stuff, and
and you live apparently in a world in a bubble with no one else around you.
I don't expect
Do you
other people.
Can I ask you guys a question? You're the parents, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. I want an honest answer. I'm looking at you right in the eye, parent to parent. Did you ever tell your kid that maybe he should have a cell phone cover on his phone?
I have not, no.
Really? Mom, come on up. Switch with your mom.
Just switch with the mic. Thank you.
There you go. Mom, did you ever tell your kid he should have a cover on his phone?
I did not even think about it.
Are you serious? You guys have, can I see your phones? Pull out your phones.
We all have covers on it now.
Oh.
But we did not think that we need something for us to protect someone else to make.
Why not? Nobody ever drops anything in your life? Like, you guys are that perfect that nobody ever accidentally bumps into you in a hallway of crowded children?
I have to
where
say, I raised my kids.
To what? To never have an accident?
No, they really take care of their own stuff very well. Both of my kids.
Okay, go ahead and have a seat, Mom. All right, so can I see your phone?
Yeah.
Pull it out. Does it have a cover on it?
Yeah.
Okay, can I see your phone?
Sure.
Does it have a cover on it? I
Yes,
can't
ma'am.
tell. It looks like.
Yes, it does.
My kids won't put a cover on their phone. Do you know why?
What's that one?
Think. Where do they carry their phone? In their back pant
Oh, that's
pocket.
right. That will make them look a little larger than they might want to.
That's very well put, Douglas. Whose fault is this? I know what you say. You say it's his fault. He knocked it over. What's to discuss? What do you say?
I think he shouldn't have had it without a cover or insurance on the desk. In a
Well, the
corner.
insurance part, that's really not a defense. You don't get to say, hey, you should have been insured against my negligence. The only question in court is, are you negligent? And is it entirely your fault it broke, or is it both your fault it broke, or what is it? What do you think?
I think it's both our faults.
You think it's both your faults. And his fault would be because he didn't have a cover,
Yeah.
or because he had it on his desk?
Both, I think.
Do you really?
Yeah.
The on the desk part, do you really?
I do.
Really?
He wasn't using it.
Do you ever have your phone on the desk?
Yeah.
Yeah, because you're waiting to use it when
But I
you're
have it
going to use
covered.
it. Do you guys text? Do kids just typically text and Facebook and do all the things they're not supposed to during class if they're allowed to have their
A
phones
lot
out?
of the time, yeah.
Of course they do. Okay, I hope the district is watching. Okay, all right. So now, let me hear from the parents. Obviously you think it's his fault. He knocked it over. Your children would never drop something or do anything. There's no reason for you to have a cover. But apparently you all have covers now. And what do you think?
Your Honor, I think it was just an accident, and
Well, it's clearly an accident.
Well,
Negligence is an accident. It's
right.
I don't think he smacked the phone off. I think it was an accident.
no, I don't. I think the issue is more accountability.
Whose accountability?
Both.
Oh,
You know,
because
I
I
don't-
can't
I don't
help but
think-
notice you didn't offer to pay for half.
I would have if I'd
You
been
would
given the
have if
option.
what? He called you and asked you and you said...
No, ma'am. He called me and told me I have to pay for the whole phone.
And then you said...
No.
Right. And
And I
then
kept
did
on
you
asking
say,
him.
I think it's both their faults, I'll pay for half?
I said.
You did say that.
I asked him if his son had any accountability, and he said no. It was
Okay.
all my son.
Okay.
So that was my issue with the matter.
Okay.
If we'd had a decent conversation, we wouldn't be here.
Okay. Let me see the bill for the phone.
So I think it's both of them had some role to play, obviously.
Okay, but I'm confused because this is saying that... Okay, this is a bill for the phone originally?
Yes.
Okay, what phone did you replace this with?
We replaced it with an iPhone. It was about the same cost. It was the same cost either way.
Then you have to prove everything you're saying. First of all, let me see the receipt for the iPhone.
Okay.
Let me see that it costs the same as the Samsung 720. I need to see all that. You need to
Okay.
prove it. Otherwise, first of all, show me the receipt for something that's $599, which is the amount you're suing for.
That's the receipt for the original cost of the Samsung Galaxy. Which
No,
we
but if you got the phone, if you were able to listen, court is about making you whole, not giving you a bonanza.
Right.
Your value of your damages is the value of the item at the time that it's broken.
Right.
Now show me what you paid.
Okay, I did not bring that because I
You
thought
didn't
that's
bring the one thing to justify the amount you're suing for. You didn't bring that to court.
I was suing for the replacement cost of what the phone
You
was. for
have
the
to
finance.
prove to me that you paid it.
Okay.
Show me the proof of what you paid to solve the problem. That's a measure of your damages.
I do not have the
Yeah, we
receipt.
don't have a-
We don't have the receipt. It wasn't my understanding that's what
the
it's.
new phone. We got cases about the old phone.
We were
But
about
your
to-
old phone only cost $250.
It cost $250, but we got in a 2-year contract. It was
Right,
$599.
and your justification for me giving you the total amount is that that's what you had to pay now. That's a part you're not proving.
Right.
Are you sure you can't get it somehow? Did you order it online?
We could get it.
We have it at home.
No, but not
Yeah.
like a week from now. Can you get it right now if I gave you access to a computer?
Yeah, I could access that. We could probably get the store to email it to us.
I'm going to call a short recess.
Okay.
All rise. Welcome back to the People's Court. Harvey Levin here. So, is the defendant responsible for the phone by brushing it and knocking it on the ground?
No,
Why?
because it was an accident. Anybody could have did it.
But it is negligent, right, to kind of like wave your arms. I mean, I know it's not intentional.
I mean, maybe if he's like nice enough to pay for the phone, but I don't.
He's not nice enough because they're in court. Now here's my question. The phone wasn't in a case. Is that relevant that it wasn't in a case?
No, it's not.
Huh?
No, it's not.
Why?
Because if he really cared about his phone or cracking or whatever, he would have had it in a case.
Well, that's what I'm saying. Okay, I get the point. Going inside the courtroom.
All right, so the receipt that you were able to get during the break is what you actually paid for the iPhone 5S.
Right.
What you paid was $250 plus it's $249.99 plus the activation fee, right? Okay. And your provider is Sprint?
Yes.
Okay. All right. I think it's I realize that you maybe were offended at the tone that he took when he called you, and that we may not be here if people were a little bit more conciliatory. But when you use the phrase, where does accountability come in? Where does accountability come in? I ask you the same thing.
Well,
When I say that I think it's kind of both their faults, I think it's mostly your son's fault. I do think that it's predictable that this would happen. So I kind of find fault with you. I find a little more fault with him. But you should be a little more careful by not having your phone out, and you should have a cover on your phone. But you should be something more than knees and elbows, and you should be careful when you turn around. And your school should have rules that they tell you guys, where the teachers tell you you can't have your phones there unless I let you bring out your phones. Because how often are the kids, again, tell me again, how often are the kids, come on, we know, you can say it.
Texting?
Texting and on social media during class, because come on, cough it up.
I'm not saying anything.
You're not saying anything. Can I tell you something? You just did. Okay? All right. So based on a little bit of rough justice, I'm finding in favor of the plaintiff, not in the amount that he's suing for, but what this phone goes for in the open market, and a used one goes for $160. So I find that you are 25% liable for having the phone on the desk uncovered, and I find you 75% liable. And then that means if it's $160 and you are 75% liable, a net judgment in favor of the plaintiff in the amount of $120. That's my judgment.
Plaintiff didn't get everything they sued for. Step in here. You satisfied? Or what is your feeling on how it comes out here?
well, I think it's fair. You know, my whole case was accountability, and we are accountable, but we weren't accountable for $600.
How could the adults out here have handled this a little bit better?
I think if you just speak nicely to people, you kind of get more sugar.
You guys still friends in school?
Nope.
Over this incident?
Yep.
Really?
Yeah.
Well, you don't talk or what? Or
Nope, no talking.
no talking? All right. All right, right down this way. Okay. Your feeling, you didn't get everything, but you got something.
Well, I didn't even get a chance to speak. She didn't even give me a chance to speak. I've spent the most time on this whole case than anybody. He never once ever offered to pay 50%. Not once. I mean, I did not put the $599 together. I had documentation of where the $599 came.
You miss your friend?
What?
You miss your friend?
I guess.
Harvey?
So it's interesting that they're saying that, you know, it was an accident. That's true. But knocking the phone off is itself negligent. And as a result, that's liability right there. And that will do it for this case. Litigants for the next case on the way into the courtroom right now.